And good morning, people. Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Last time, we went into a castle that seemed to be the school that also wasn't the school. And we met a Kamoshida that wasn't Kamoshida but was also Kamoshida, who was a king that wasn't a king but is also a king. Yeah, that's this game. Metaphysical all the way through. But it did mean we were late, and it did mean that we were sort of roasted out a little bit. But things are okay. We've met the we were there for the last period. We've introduced ourselves. We've seen the girl that was taken away in the car earlier by that teacher. It seems to be all related to him, and well, Sakamoto has asked us to come up to the roof, so we're going to do that. Wonder what he wants to talk about.
There you are. Sorry for calling you up here like this. I bet Kawakami already told you stuff like, don't get involved with him, huh?
Yeah, she did mention that.
Figured as much. Then again, we're in the same boat. I heard you got a criminal record. Everyone's talking about it. No wonder you were so gutsy. What was all that happened? You know, how we almost got killed at a castle. It wasn't a dream, right? You remember it too, yeah?
We can't exactly deny it.
Well, just because we both remember it doesn't mean much, though. I mean, even if it was a dream, you saved me from Kamoshida. So yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
But man, that Kamoshida we saw there. You probably don't know about it, but there are some rumors about him.
I'm assuming this Kamoshida and is the one we met earlier, the PE teacher. We already know it's him, but yeah.
Yeah, the ripped mophead. That asshole who was all full of himself at the castle. No one says anything against him because he's some medalist who took the volleyball team to nationals. The way Kamoshida was king of that castle felt crazy real because of that. I wonder if we can go back to that castle again. Ah, forget it. It must have all been a dream. It has to be. Sorry to drag you out here like this. That's all I had to say. You know, we might be pretty similar. I feel like we're gonna get along just fine as troublemakers. I'm Ryuji Sakamoto. I'll come talk if I see you around. Don't ignore me, alright? See ya.
So, Ryuji. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of him. But that's all for today. It's time to head home.
Hey, I got a call from the school. I hear you ditched half a day on your first day of school.
Sorry?
Just when I was thinking you had it together this morning. Look, just behave yourself. One wrong step and your life is over. You do know what probation means, right?
Yes.
Good. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I just closed up shop. I'll head over in half an hour, as promised. What are you standing around for? Get upstairs and go to bed already. No, it's a guy. I just hired a part-timer. Don't forget to lock the door and turn all the lights off, okay? Yep, I'm leaving now. I told you, he's a part-timer.
So, nothing really special here. I think we can go downstairs and look around, but I don't believe we can actually do anything. I don't think we're not allowed to go out or do anything, so really the best thing we can do is go to bed. Yeah, because we can't do any more cleaning up or anything, so yeah, bedtime it is. You'll find this a little bit of a normal thing though. Once we this won't be the last time we're going into the metaphysical plane, the castle, or similar. But usually after that, we won't be able to do too much, except sleep. So sleep it is, because we're just too exhausted. It takes it out of us.
About time you've come to. On your feet, inmate. Our master wishes to speak with you. It's for your own sake that you take his words to heart.
First off, let us celebrate our reunion. Oh, you've awakened to your powers, and special ones at that. Your rehabilitation can finally begin.
Powers. What do you know about them?
There is no need to understand it all for the time being. You will be training the power of Persona, which you have awakened to. Personas are, in other words, a mask, an armor of the heart when confronting worldly matters. I have high expectations for you.
High expectations? Okay, what do you mean by that?
There is no need to worry. You will learn when the time comes. By the by, have you come to appreciate the Metaverse Navigator? Using it will allow you to come and go between reality and palaces.
Wait, is that eyeball thing?
I bestowed it to you as a means to train you as a thief.
The Metaverse Navigator is a gift from our master. You better take care in using it, inmate. Devote yourself to your training so that you may become a fine thief.
It must be disheartening to make use of the Metaverse Navigator alone. Should there be others who would prove beneficial to you, I will grant it to them as well. This is all for you to grow as a most excellent thief.
It's time. Go back and enjoy whatever rest you might have.
So we're in a cell with a warden and someone else, and Igor, and they're wanting to train us as a thief? Isn't that a bit backwards? Huh. Yeah, let's not be late today. Oh, even got an umbrella.
Seriously?
Still a bit of stuff going about that accident the other day. Or has there been another one?
Look, isn't that her?
You mean that one with the red ribbon? I guess so.
She's so thin. It's not fair. I've got my hair in a ponytail too.
Okay, and what's that got to do with being thin?
Please, take my seat. My station's coming up.
Are you sure? Oh, then.
Rude.
Wow, what speed. I mean, excuse me, that seat was for this lady. Oh,
Double rude?
it's all right. I can understand his position as well. I'm sorry I couldn't be any help.
It's all right, dearie. Don't you worry.
Please allow me to carry your luggage at least.
Thank you. Ain't it heavy, though?
Not at all. I train plenty. Pardon me. Thank you so much for earlier.
With what? I didn't exactly do anything.
For speaking up when I offered my seat on the train. You're a second year at Shujin Academy, correct? I'm a first year there myself. Thanking you totally slipped my mind back on the train, and I didn't want to be rude to my senpai. Please excuse me.
Okay then. Takamaki? Okay. I guess we'll find out who that is, but that's about the only thing around here, so yeah, off to school.
Class is starting.
And we're sort of introduced to something we'll be making use of throughout the game here. Defines a year as a period of 365 disappointments. I guess it's not exactly wrong, but if you can get one good day, makes it all up for it. The Devil's Dictionary by Ambrose something.
What's the answer?
And if you know the book, well, what? This is a question, and we do need to answer it. What the Devil's Dictionary defined as the chief factor in the progress of the human race. Intelligence, money, villains, and experience are our options. One of these is correct. The correct answer is villains.
This is it.
Correct.
Or malefactors of villains. No, I didn't know that originally. I did get it wrong once or twice, but since he's told you the answer, I now know it for for this time, which is important actually. You do want to get these questions correct because they make an effect. I feel like you got a little smarter from being able to answer that question. And there's a note that goes into our knowledge. These are social stats. Knowledge, guts, proficiency, kindness, charm. You want all of them. Events in this game generally do one of 6 things. 5 of those things are increase these stats, and the 6th one is working towards something else. So you usually, when you do an event in this game, you're wanting to make sure that it works into building up your knowledge, building up your guts, building up your proficiency, building up your kindness, building up your charm, or building up something else for something else, something that will come later. Don't sleep on any of them. They are all required. They do build up to a cap, and once you hit that cap, there's no point really going further in that particular social stat. But right now we are level 1. The size of the start is exactly how far we can go. We can go up to level 5 in in all of them. 1 point is not enough to level us up. We will need to keep getting end points until we get enough to level, and then we will work on moving forward from there. But that is the first point in knowledge, and we will continue a lot. Generally, activities that increase a stat are sort of tied to that stat. So answering questions, doing studying builds knowledge. Taking risks, standing up to things is guts. Making items, doing in technical activities is proficiency. Being kind to people or things, or sort of just care naturally, is kindness. And well, charm is being charming to people. It's very simple in telling which one does what, and the game actually tells you where your stats will be going, but we'll show that a little bit later. But yeah, don't sleep on those stats, they are all required. My main focus at this time is likely going to be in knowledge, but I do want to see if I can get some of the others up as well. Incredible first year came. The girl with the ribbon, I guess, is the one we met earlier. Apparently she's important. Assault, blackmail. Wow, these rumors are getting out of control. Carries a knife? Not in this form.
Hey there, Takamaki. Things have been pretty dangerous lately with all those accidents.
Sorry, I have a photo shoot today. It's for the special summer issue, so I can't afford to miss it.
Hey now, being a model's fine and dandy, but don't work your pretty little self to the bone. You mentioned you weren't feeling well, right? Something about appendicitis?
Yes, I keep planning to go to the hospital, but I've been too busy. Sorry to worry you.
You must be lonely too. I feel bad for keeping your best friend at practice so often. Oh, and be careful around that transfer student. He's got a criminal record after all. If something were to happen to you.
Thank you. Please excuse me.
Yo.
Interesting little exchange there. So that's Takamaki, the girl we saw with Kamoshida earlier, and she definitely stands out. You're waiting there to... Are you trying to sneak up on me?
Ambush? Come on, don't say shit like that. Anyways, I want to talk about that castle from yesterday. I tried telling myself it was all just a dream, but I couldn't do it. I can't act like nothing happened. It's all connected to that bastard Kamoshida after all. I want to find out what's up with that place, no matter what. And you know, you're the only person I can rely on for this stuff, so... You in?
Yeah, why not? It is a bit interesting.
Nice! Okay, glad we're in this together. I think we should just try and retrace our steps from yesterday. In the meantime, you're walking to the station, right? Let's go together. Let me know if you notice any other weird buildings on the way.
That's true. If this was where the castle is, maybe going back over the same steps is exactly where we were wanting to go, or how we got there before. Maybe we can find it.
If a huge castle like that really exists, I'm sure we'll find it in no time. When did they build something like that, though? We walked that way from here, right?
We were just following you.
When you put it that way, I'm not so sure anymore. All right, this way. Let me know if you notice something. Huh? We're at school. There wasn't anything out of place along the way, right? I didn't see no castle either. We must have made a wrong turn somewhere. Let's try again.
Again? But if it didn't work
We'll
this
mess up
time...
this time. Let's go. For real? Is it smaller than we think it is? What do you think?
I think it was a large cast. We wouldn't have missed it. And if it was the school, wouldn't it make sense that this is the correct place? And yeah, if it's big enough, it will stand out. So maybe on the phone. Maybe someone's seen it.
I did that, but I didn't see anything like it around here. Huh? Phone. Hey, that reminds me. Didn't you have a navigation app thingy on back then?
Did we?
I don't know if it was or not, but I heard stuff that sounded like one coming from your phone. You know, didn't it say stuff like returned to the real world or something like that? Let me see your phone for a bit. What's this eyeball looking thing?
Well, we can't delete it.
Wait, what? What a weird app. Oh, wait, this is it! I knew it! It is a navigation app! There's even your search history! Oh man, I'm such a genius! Let's try using it.
Are you sure?
Why? All we're doing is starting an app.
Kamoshida. Shujin Academy. Pervert. Castle. Beginning navigation.
There we go! Then we went in a certain direction and... Hey, what are you... Huh? What the hell?
Well, I don't think we need to walk anywhere.
Look! It's the castle from yesterday! We made it back. That means what happened yesterday was for real too. Yeah! That was close! That happened last time too, huh? What's with that outfit?
Yeah, but not right from the start, and we had our real clothes as well, so, you jelly?
I ain't jealous. What's going on here? This makes no effing sense at all.
Hey! Stop making a commotion.
You?
The shadows started acting up, so I came here wondering what it could be. To think you guys would come back to the entrance when you barely managed to escape.
What is this place? Is it the school?
That's right.
But it's a castle!
This castle is the school, but only to this castle's ruler.
The castle's ruler?
I think you called him Kamoshida? It's how his distorted heart views the school.
Kamoshida? Distorted? Explain it in a way that makes sense!
I shouldn't have expected a moron to get it.
What did you say? What was that?
It must be the slaves captive here.
For real? Oh shit, it's for real! We saw other guys held captive here yesterday. I'm pretty sure they're from our school.
Most likely on Kamoshida's orders. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's like that every day here. What's more, you two escaped yesterday. He must have lost his temper quite a bit.
That son of a bitch!
Ryuji?
This is bullshit! You hear me, Kamoshida?
Doing that isn't going to open it, you know. Still, it seems you have your reasons.
Hey, Mona Mona!
It's Morgana!
Do you know where those voices are coming from?
You want me to take you to them? Well, I guess I could guide you there. But only if he comes with us.
Why me?
I just want to get a better look at your powers, even if you don't agree. I bet this guy'll go on even if he has to do it alone. Are you gonna leave him?
Well, we never said that.
It's settled then.
For real? Thanks, man.
Alright, let's do this. Follow me. This is our infiltration point.
Ain't that where we escaped out of last time?
That's right. Not barging in through the entrance is one of the basics of phantom thievery.
How are we supposed to know about that stuff?
I'll make sure to teach you as we go. Come on, follow me.
So, sorry for dragging you into all of this, but I just can't forgive that bastard Kamoshida doing whatever the hell he wants. Really though, thanks for coming along. I owe you big time.
Well, considering it was on our phone, I don't think you could get here without it.
Man, this place is as creepy as always.
Mm-hmm. Now make sure you do exactly as I say, alright? Follow me.
Okay. We're following our feline friend here. Yeah, that did look like the entrance to the school, didn't it?
Let's go.
So, back down into the waterways, or the prison. Strangely enough, security's been stepped up.
Shoot. I had a feeling there would be guards here. It looks like we're going to have to start fighting our way forward.
For real?
Oh boy. I'll just teach you the basics of battle for now. You'd better not forget all of this. Always try to ambush enemies instead of rushing everywhere headlong. Attack from behind whenever you can. You'll need to rip their masks off to momentarily break the control that the palace ruler has over them. If you succeed, your opponent will be caught off guard, allowing us to jump in for a preemptive attack.
I did say that sneak in stealth come in a lot of this. This is where it comes in. You want to be attacking from behind and ambushing as much as possible, because that gives you advantage in battle.
So, we want to get the jump on him and make the first strike. Okay, got it.
You know you're just going to be watching, right? You don't have a persona. But anyway, let's go.
Because you need to remember, we are on hard difficulty. I'm not exactly wanting things to go awry. So we're going to wait until he walks back this way a bit. Turns around, and now we're going.
Show me your true form.
Alright, the first move is ours!
You always know when you've got it because, well, you get him jumping on the enemy, ripping off their mask, and a big word ambush coming out of it. We're going to let Mona deal with this one though, because they're weak to wind.
Yeah! Victory!
And that's level 4.
Alright.
So yeah, that's the basics of ambush. There are many more applications of ambush later.
By the way, why ain't anyone here? Damn it! They were here before. Where'd they go?
Quiet down.
Oh yeah, there were more of them further in too.
They might have been transferred already.
Oh crap! I can hear footsteps coming. Lots of them.
It would be a problem if they discovered us now. Hey, let's head into that room. We should be able to hide in there until they leave. The shadows probably won't come in here.
How can you tell?
There's a lack of distortion here, meaning the ruler's control over this area is weak.
Is this a classroom?
Now do you understand? This place is another reality that the ruler's heart projects.
This is Kamoshida's reality? Shit makes no sense at all.
One could say it's a world in which one's distorted desires have materialized. I call such a place a palace.
A palace?
This is happening because he thinks the school is his own castle.
So, it became like this because he just thought of it like that? That son of a bitch!
You must really hate this Kamoshida guy.
Hate doesn't even cover how I feel. Everything is that asshole's fault.
I don't know what happened between you two, but don't let your emotions get the better of you. His lackeys are everywhere inside. You're curious about your outfit, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm curious as hell about it too.
That's also because of this world.
More stuff that makes no sense.
Anything distorts according to how a ruler pleases within his palace. A school can turn into a castle like this, after all. In order to prevent such distortions, one must hold a powerful will of rebellion. Your appearance is a manifestation of that. It's the image of rebellion that you hold within.
I'm so fed up with all this. I'm more curious about you than his clothes. What the hell are you anyways?
I'm a human. An honest-to-God human.
No, you're obviously more like a cat.
This is, well, it's because I lost my true form, I think.
You think?
But I do know how to regain my true form. The reason why I snuck in here was for a preliminary investigation of those means. Well, I ended up getting caught, though. Besides, I've been tortured by Kamoshida, too. I'm gonna make him pay for sure.
What is this, a comic book? This is seriously crazy.
If we're gonna keep going, we should hurry along. I'll be counting on your skills this time, too, rookie. Got it?
Don't worry, I'm not gonna force it all on you. I thought it might help, so... I brought this just in case. It's a model gun, though, so it only makes sounds.
That's a toy.
But it looks totally real, so it'll at least fake him out. Oh, I brought some medicine, too. You know what they say, providing is something. Huh? Huh?
So you were planning this from the start. Well, fine. If you're ready to go, we'll resume our infiltration.
So, we've got a gun, and we've got some medicine. We usually sort of thought ahead. Only a toy gun though, so I'm not sure how much
There are probably still sentries making their rounds out there.
help it's going to be.
Let's use this time to hash out our current situation.
So, safe room. Consult the teammates, save the game, and, well, yeah. You can also save at the palace entrance.
What's this?
It also sort of makes sense that this is a safe room. It's a classroom. Kamoshida would not feel safe in a classroom. Remember, this palace is his distorted desires. He sees it as he sees the school as his possession, as just being his. A classroom is sort of the teachers. So he's a PE teacher, not a normal homeschool or homeroom teacher or maths teacher or English teacher or anything like that. So it's natural that a normal classroom would not be under his complete control. So this is a safe room, somewhere where he doesn't have
What's this?
that thinking he's in control.
Damn it.
Well,
So let's move on.
now
In the training hall. Well, we know where we're going.
Okay, let's go.
So, yeah, off to the training hall. And we do have enemies still in the way. We do want to sneak up on them.
Oh, there's a guard on duty here. The way to the training hall should be just beyond those bars.
So, what are we gonna do? Do we gotta fight it?
Seems like it. Just don't let it notice you beforehand. If it does, the palace's security level will rise.
Palace security. Very important. You don't want this to be 100%. Because basically, if it is, you get kicked out. But as the security rises, the enemies become more alert. It's harder to ambush them. It's harder to just move around normally. So you want to keep it as low as possible. That being said, sometimes you want it a little bit higher as well. So there's benefits to having it low, there's benefits to having it a little bit higher.
And what do we do if that happens? Run away?
Well, the security level will go back down if we can beat more enemies without getting noticed.
That sounds, complicated.
Fine. I'll put together some info about the security level. This is crucial to successful palace infiltration. So make sure you actually read it, okay?
So basically, we want to ambush to put the security level down. So yeah, currently I believe it's something like 45% or something like that. We were here a few times, so yeah, it's a little bit higher. Ambushing enemies brings the security down. Being caught by them raises the security. Just a normal attack on them makes 0 change. Would you come back over here so I can show the reduction, Mr. Oh well, I guess we're going to see the non-reduction.
Two enemies. Don't underestimate them.
But Gallows Flower. Yeah, let's choose Cleave. Cost HP, so we're going to have a little bit of damage to us. Being flowers, they're weak against fire, obviously. So, yeah, nothing we can really do to make that happen.
Scratch one enemy. Finish it. Yeah. One enemy remains. This is the last one. Come forward. My other cell.
And well, this fight's over. A little bit more difficult because we couldn't hit any weaknesses, but nothing too dangerous. You can definitely see where hitting weaknesses makes a whole lot of difference, though. That just took a little bit longer because we weren't able to do it.
Okay.
Oh no, it looked like the security did go down there a little bit. I think it went down 10%. I think just doing a full ambush does 15%. But it might differ between palaces. I'm not entirely sure. I try to keep it as low as possible normally.
Hey.
So let's keep an eye out for guards. Luckily, making as much noise as we want by hitting that door doesn't actually do anything. Well, I hope you like tutorials because here's another one.
Hey, have you seen anyone who looks like an intruder? No, nobody yet.
Shoot. I had a feeling there would be a lot of enemies. It'd be impossible to dodge all of them.
Then what do we do? Should we try and take him down like before?
It's not that simple. We still have a long way to go, so we should be conserving energy.
I see. Sorry. Damn it. I wish I could fight. I'd at least be able to help out a little bit. But all I got is this toy from earlier. Such a loser.
Huh? Do you mean that gun?
Yeah, it looks real and all, but it doesn't shoot anything.
I see. Well, there is a way. Okay, we'll use that to take down the enemies.
What? Were you listening to me? It don't even shoot pellets.
Don't worry, I'm sure this'll work. Attack away, frizzy hair.
Okay, leave it to me.
I keep saying it's not gonna fire anything.
You have the gun with you, right? Point it at a shadow and fire.
But it doesn't shoot anything. Okay. We've got ammo.
How about that? Surprised?
For a toy gun that shouldn't shoot anything, that was surprisingly effective.
There are plenty of instances where rapid fire is going to be more useful than swinging your knife. Of course, you can run out of ammo, but using it all up does more good than letting it collect dust.
Gun properties and ammo restoration. Guns have a higher attack power. but limited ammunition. However, and this is a change between the original game and Royal version, ammunition will be restored after battle. Completely. There were ways to do it in the original, but you usually had to be conservative with that ammo. In this version, shoot away.
Alright, I'll show you my weapon too.
Level 4 from Morgana. Excellent.
For real?
Yeah. Cognitive world, where things that aren't real are suddenly very, very real.
Listen to this.
The enemies see it as a gun, so they actually put the ammo in the battle for you. It's very, very convoluted thinking.
Let's get them. Our ammo's replenished. Go on, dump it into the enemy.
Yeah, full 8 ammo again. So yeah, why not? So we are working with full ammo every single fight. For sure, that ammo is still limited in longer fights. But there's really no point in wasting it, just as Morgana said. Shoot away.
Nice.
And we could have changed this earlier, but Morgana's now given us the option of if we want to control them in battle or let them just do their own thing. Party tactics. I prefer to have control over what my enemies, my allies are doing. So,
What do you want to do? Yep.
take control from. I'm going to take control of that. Let's not get caught by another enemy, shall we? You can be surprised, and that will raise the security thing. We don't want that. Let's just get on with this. Again, 8 ammo. You know what? Let's just do it.
Scratch one enemy. A spectacular victory.
Definitely will save on MP costs later.
Okay.
So down to 22%. That's not too bad. Maybe it isn't 15%. Maybe it's just a certain percentage of the percentage. Huh.
A guard. I'm pretty sure that's where we need to be going too.
You guys gonna take it down again?
I guess that's our only choice. But wait, this might be a good time. Okay, I've decided. I'm gonna teach you two a special way to fight enemies.
Okay. What new technique?
Something like that. Let's go. Listen, there's a distinct flow to battles. Let me show you. After all, seeing is something.
We saw this one earlier, at the very start of the game actually.
First, knock down all the enemies. Everything starts at that crucial step.
We've got two ways of actually knocking down this beguiling girl. It's actually weak to guns, but also weak to curse damage. So we're going to use curse, as that's the only option it gives us.
Alright! Now rush on in for an all-out attack!
Yeah, the all-out attack. You can only use this when all enemies are knocked down and you're holding people up like this. Triangle. There we go. Usually a much more powerful attack, and you get a special screen if you end the combat that way. But it hits all enemies for very, very good damage, so you want to take advantage of it when you can.
That went really well. You're definitely fit for this.
What was that super move thing you just did?
I told you, it's called an all-out attack. If you manage to knock all the enemies down, you might be able to use it to beat them all at once.
Yeah, that was over quick.
It's a concentrated attack on defenseless enemies, after all. Now, as I mentioned before, I want you to be the head of our command. You can decide when we use this.
Sounds good. Cannot use one if poison and contact. Oh, so if the I'm thinking status. No, but if the main character can't act, you don't get an all-out attack. He is the pivotal piece to that puzzle.
Strike the enemy's weakness, knock them all down, then do an all-out attack. That's the ideal pattern.
And we will be making use of that a lot. Well, let's continue.
Yes!
Training Hall of Love. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting louder.
Whoa! Damn it! This is bullshit!
How many times do I have to tell you to keep your voice down?
But this is beyond messed up! How do I open this? Stop it! Leave us alone. It's useless. Huh? If we stay obedient, we won't be executed like you guys. You telling me you want to stay in a place like this?
Wait a minute. Were you planning on taking these guys out of here?
We can't just leave them here.
How stupid can you be?
What?
These are only humans in Kamoshida's cognition. They aren't real humans that have entered from reality. They're different from you two.
Cognition?
It means there's no point in saving them. They're different from the real ones in the real world. You could say that these are extremely similar looking dolls.
Hell? Why's it gotta be so complicated? So the school's a castle and the students are slaves. It's so on point that it makes me laugh. This really is the inside of that asshole's head.
Still, this is horrible. It must mean he treats them as slaves in the real world, too.
In the real world, know these guys. They're members of the volleyball team, the one Kamoshida coaches for.
They must be physically abused every day. There's no way they'd be so beat up normally.
Don't tell me they're going through similar shit in reality?
Most likely. I mean, this proves that Kamoshida thinks of them as slaves.
So it might be for real. I heard that Kamoshida's using physical punishment. They're just rumors, but if they're true, wouldn't this be something to report to the police? I'll use these guys as evidence. If it all goes well, we can take down that asshole Kamoshida. Huh? It's not working. We can use the navigation app, but the camera's a no-go?
A navigation app?
That's what we used to come here. What about yours?
Whatever you do is fine, but we're gonna get caught if we stand around like this. We need to head back.
Hang on a sec. There's no other way. I'll just memorize their faces before going home. Let's go!
Well, you must have a very good memory. I don't know what to make of this one. The first one beating the students up with a spear, being whipped in the back when they're at the net, makes sense a little bit. This one on a treadmill with a mashing machine just to get water. That makes less sense.
Hey!
And well, this last one makes even more less sense.
What?
I don't see how this
Come on, man.
works. This isn't anything except brutality. This entire situation.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't. This dungeon is nothing more than a place where brutality happens. So we're getting out of there. Ryushi's got their faces. All we need to do now is get out of here.
Let's go!
Oh man.
Looks like the security's been beefed up a little bit.
This way.
And well, next time we will continue further forward. Until then, have a wonderful day, have lots of fun. Goodbye.